Back to normal routine. Good morning, TikTok. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. How are we all? Yes, we are back. We've had a week off. I did do a Facebook Live on, when did I do a Facebook Live? No, not Facebook Live. A TikTok Live on Saturday morning. Standard TikTok Live before doing my spin class. So that is the last scheduled Saturday morning live. I'm not saying I won't be doing Saturday morning lives, but they're not going to be scheduled now. They'll be a little bit impromptu on the old TikTok. But this is us back to normal routine after a good week off. Well, actually, the last live I did in the office was a week last Wednesday. So it's been 11 days. 11 whole days. But anyway, we're here. We're back. We're getting straight back into the swing of things. And yeah. There we go. That's it. Right. Shall we do? Is anyone on there? No. Oh, there are a couple of people on there, Facebook and TikTok. Let me get the chat box up. Let's do the top 5 on TikTok this morning. If there is a top 5 in yet, let's have a little look at what is going on. John's in. Good morning, mate. You're in at number 1. Who's in? Steph GC's in at number 2. Julie's in at number 3. Karen G is in at number 4. And Kirsty is in at number 5. You are my top 5 this morning, guys. Thank you very much on TikTok for jumping straight on and coming and saying hello. Somebody one, good morning. Faye, good morning. Carol's in. Good morning, boss. Welcome back. Hope you are well. I'm very good. Thank you. Dante's in. Good morning, mate. And Donna, morning. Joan. Maureen, Donna. I'm getting confused myself. It's not hard, is it? Good morning. Good morning. Sheila, good morning. Hope you had a fabulous holiday. Glad you're back. It was a lovely holiday. Good tan. Thank you very much. Yes, we worked on the tan while we were away. In fact, I very rarely ventured from my sunbed while it was sunny. So, the tan's all right. The tan's not done too bad. Got the old panda eyes from the sunglasses. But, the tan's not bad at all. Good morning. Nice tan. Thank you very much, Michelle. Paul is in. Good morning. What's the latest? Fill us in, please, because I missed Saturday's live. No latest, really. Saturday's live was just talking about my holiday, really, and talking about getting back into things. And you've not missed anything, John, at all. This is the restart. This is where we are back at it. I did start tracking again on Thursday, but I've not really given a toss about calories, if I'm being honest with you. I don't mean I've eaten ridiculous, but Thursday was travel back day, which was quite calorific. Let me turn my light on so it's a bit better for the camera on Facebook and YouTube. Am I peeling? I feel like I might be peeling a little bit. I've got a few freckles coming out. But anyway, on the old Facebook. Camera's on, sorry. What's going on? I've lost my train of thought because the dogs have just started barking. Oh, yeah, I started tracking again on Thursday, but it was a travel back day, so it was fairly calorific. I was still eating in the hotel, breakfast, lunch. I demolished a full tube of Pringles on the plane on the way home. Got a Mackey's when we got home. To be fair, I had my Mackey's at 1 o'clock in the morning, but I did track it in Thursday's calories. And then Friday wasn't too bad a day. I was straight back into work, doing check-ins and stuff like that. And then Saturday, Sunday, I've just kind of had a standard Saturday, Sunday, higher calorie Saturday, Sunday. But I will discuss more in today's weekly weight loss vlog. So we didn't have one last week. The weekly weight loss vlog will be back today. I'm going to go through. I'm going to go through the last couple of weeks, really, just how things are going, and then getting back into it. So that's about it, really. How much weight have I gained on holiday? I don't know. I've not gone near the scales. I'm going to weigh myself Friday, which is my normal check-in day. So obviously, I've not really got back into full routine, calorie deficit, lower calories Monday to Friday, higher calories at the weekend. I've not really got back into that. Gone back to the gym this morning. I did do my spin class Saturday morning, but gone back to the gym this morning lifting weights. We're sort of getting into a routine. Rachel goes back to work on Wednesday, back into employment. So we're going to have to start getting used to getting to the gym nice and early in the morning. Because we don't want, I did cover this in the newsletter yesterday. When we have a big change of routine, we can we kind of use it as an excuse for everything to slip. And there really is no need to. Yes, a change of routine, maybe for a week or two, while you're finding your feet again and your focus is more, Rachel's focus for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and probably for next week is going to be new job, meeting new people. A good few of the people where she's going, she has worked with them before. So that's quite good. But still, she doesn't want things to slip. She doesn't want her steps to slip. She doesn't want her eating to slip. She doesn't want her gym to slip. So you've just got to make some changes, and you've got to plan them in, and that's what we've done. We've sort of looked at it. It's not like we've not done this before. 2 and a bit years ago, Rachel was in full-time employment. I was self-employed like I am now. And we managed it then. So it's just a little bit of a change, really. So, but we were like, right, Monday morning, let's get up. That's probably, we kind of want to, I always talk about laying the foundations. I think Monday, Tuesdays are really, really important when it comes to, having a good weight loss week. And don't get me wrong, if you don't quite have the best Monday, Tuesday, it doesn't mean you chuck the week in the bin. But you've got to give yourself the best chance. You've got to give yourself the best chance, So give yourself the best chance of having a good weight loss day. Plan your eating out. We've planned our eating out today. I am literally having a yogurt bowl for my breakfast. I'm reviewing the Singapore noodles from Aldi, the new protein meal for this week's worth of calories video. That's my lunch. So my breakfast is going to be about 500 calories. My lunch is going to be 300 calories. Afternoon snack, I'm just going to have a protein shake. I think that'll be sort of about 4:30 because my lunch is only 300 calories, so that's not going to carry me through till tea time. Tea time tonight, we're going to have a roast chicken dinner, chicken, veggies, spuds. That's going to be 750 calories. And then evening snacks tonight, probably half a protein bar, an apple, and some crisps. I think that's what we're sort of planning on. So I've planned my eating, right? So today, I know I'm going to have a good day eating because I'll just stick to what I've planned. I've not tracked anything yet, but I will whack all that in my app after this live because I've only just got back from the gym. And we've sort of planned everything coming home. So that's good. I've done my gym session today. That's boxed off. The only other thing, out of the 3 things I like to tick off, maybe not fully on a daily basis, but the 2 main things I want to tick off on a day-to-day basis is calories and steps. Those are my kind of like essentials that I want to tick off. So my calories are sorted. I just need to stick to what I need to stick to, and I will. Motivation's always high after a bit of overindulgence. It's always high when I come back after Christmas. It's always high because I want to get back into my routine. I feel bloated. I know I've put some weight on. I'm going to guesstimate I've put about 10 pounds on. If I get on the scales on Friday and I've gained 3 or 4 pounds, that would nail it. So I'll lose 6 pounds over the next, because I've only just got back into it today. So the only thing I'm going to lose from today until Friday, will I lose a bit of body fat? Maybe a tiny amount because I'll still be in a deficit for the next 4 days. But I want to lose my food and water weight from holiday. So that's going to be probably like 5 to 6 pounds. Have I gained some body fat on holiday? Yeah, I've not actually gone crazy on holiday. I would say the way I've eaten over the last 3 or 4 days since getting back is similar to what I ate on holiday. I don't think my calories will be any more than that really from holiday. And if that's the case, I am about 700-800 calories over my maintenance for the last 4 days. So I've not really, that probably puts me about, I would say I'm probably about between 7 and 10,000 calories over my maintenance since a week last Thursday. That means I've gained 2 to 3 pounds of body fat. I'm all right with that. That'll be gone in 2 weeks. The deficit I'm in at the moment, that'll be gone certainly by next check-in. So I'm checking in this week and then checking in 2 weeks' time. I want to be pre-holiday weight. That's my goal. And that's kind of the same as when I come back from Christmas. And then the journey just continues, James in, good morning, mate. Paul is in, good to see our routine has returned. Yeah, and I know, and do you know what? I've noticed this week, and I don't know if it is a trend, but check-ins on Friday, there were a few more gains than we normally have on check-in week. And, I am your routine, and I get that. And you're my routine. So my routine's gone out the window, and I've gained some weight. Yes, I've been on holiday. But I know how much you guys enjoy just a little bit of, jumping onto the lives. It is that routine, isn't it? Just listening to me waffle on. He's kind of like, right, we're talking about weight loss. Let's get it in the plan. Oh, Neil's tracking his calories today. I need to get back into doing that. Joe, good morning. Lisa's in, good morning. Pete's in, good morning, mate. Let's have a look. I've followed your philosophy and have now lost 4 stone over the last 12 months. Crawley bus driver, that is absolutely amazing and great to hear. And, my philosophy about weight loss is it's about not being too rigid. It's about enjoying a little bit of balance, not being overly restrictive, still enjoying some of the foods we love, still eating, improving our overall diet, though, so it's a healthy one. Moving more on a day-to-day basis, getting rid of the excuses that we always use. So many people, I can't lose weight because I've got a sedentary day job. You've just got someone there that's a bus driver that's lost 4 stone in a year. Is there any more of a sedentary day job than driving a bus? Right? Because, at least if you work behind a desk like I do here, you can get up every hour and stretch your legs and have a mooch about and this, that, and the other. You can't really do that when you're driving a bus. I mean, you could, but you're probably going to lose your job pretty quickly. So, it just goes to show that it can be done. Did you and Rach have a good holiday, Neil? What did you think of Egypt? I hit 10 stone last week. Brilliant, Carly. Yeah, I really enjoyed Egypt, to be honest with you. Rachel, unfortunately, for the last 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 days of she was fine traveling out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but from Monday, she got a little bit of Egypt belly, to be honest with you. So she was struggling a little bit. I have no idea if she's just picked a bug up off the plane or it is something to do with the food obviously when we go on holiday, generally there's not many places that have, things like as clean water as we do in the UK. Now, you might think our water in the UK is not great, but it doesn't matter where you are in the UK, you can drink the tap water and stuff like that. Now, Spain's got a lot better recently. Now, I still wouldn't drink the tap water in Spain, but apparently it's not as bad as it used to be. But Egypt is one down, I think, from a lot of people don't eat. When we were on the transfer from the airport to the plane, we were chatting to this lady. Her friend used to live in Egypt. She worked there as a rep, so she's been numerous times, and she was literally like, "Yeah, honestly," she said, even brushing, when we go to Spain, I'll brush my teeth in the tap water. I'm not bothered. The only thing I won't do with tap water is drink it, really. And she was like, yeah, don't even brush your teeth in the tap water. Try not to get it in. I was like, oh, okay. I was absolutely fine. But I always have a cast iron stomach anyway. So Rachel was a little bit dodgy for the last few days. And she's still not 100% now. So again, we've been back in the UK 5 days. So I'm just like, as she picked a bug up more than it being Egypt. But I loved it. I thought for the hotel was fantastic. The staff couldn't do enough for you. The service was just unbelievably good. Obviously, a few tips here and there goes a long way, but I generally don't feel that if I'd not tipped the way I tipped, I don't think the service would have been any less. It was superb. The weather was amazing. Yeah, absolutely loved it. The beach was, we've got all natural corals and stuff like that. So I went snorkeling every day. It was superb. It was really, really good. I really, really enjoyed it. Neil, is it possible to gain weight eating too much protein? Nope, absolutely not. You can only gain. So we have to understand the difference between weight gain and fat gain. All right. So if you increase the amount of food you are consuming, even within your calories. So let's say weight gain is just any increase on the scales. I've gained weight this morning because I put a hoodie on, right? Because this weighs something. Yeah, I gain weight through eating food, through drinking water, because it increases the weight in your body, right? The only way you can gain body fat is by consuming more calories than you burn. That is it, right? And so, no, I've gained body fat because I've been on a medication. Nope. No, can't happen. Yeah, but the side effects of my medication say weight gain. Yes, they say weight gain. They don't say fat gain. Right? 99% of medications that cause weight gain is from just a slight increase in water retention. So if you started taking a medication 12 months ago and you've gained 18 pounds, 20 pounds, oh yeah, but I've got on this medication and that's caused. No, you've just eaten too much food. It really is that simple. Now, don't get me wrong, certain medications can increase our appetite a little bit, which in turn can cause us to consume a bit more food. But it will say that on the side effects, right? It will say appetite increase, right? And you just need to counterbalance it. High protein, high fiber diet, lots of water. Protein, I think a lot of people have this association. Protein makes us gain weight because bodybuilders take it and bodybuilders get heads, right? Bodybuilders take protein to repair muscle, not to build muscle, not to gain weight. Don't get me wrong, it does help. But how we build muscle is through adaptation. So causing our body to adapt into, you put something through the rigors, right? And it will get stronger, right? That's how the body builds muscle. Now, don't get me wrong, you need protein to do that because it is the building blocks of muscle, but it's not the consumption of calories that cause an increase in muscle. It is just, the body puts the protein into the right places. But no, you can't gain, you can only consistently gain weight. So when I say consistently gain weight, I'm talking about the scales going up and up and up and up, or gain body fat through consuming too many calories. It is nothing to do with the calories you are consuming. Nothing to do with it, right? You can eat nothing but if you burn 17,000 calories a week and you eat nothing but double cheeseburgers from McDonald's, but you don't consume more than 17,000 calories, you will not gain body fat. It is physically impossible. You are defying the laws of physics. And I still get people that argue that fact. I did a bit of content before I went on holiday, and I sort of said, look, some guy commented saying, my mate, he only does 2,000 steps a day. No, he doesn't. This is it. He eats whatever he wants. And we just have this assumption. I've had another lady commented that I'm going to reply to, and she's like, my husband's an exception to the rule. He eats 3.5 to 4,000 calories a day. He works a sedentary day job. He only does 2,500 steps a day. Never gains weight, right? Well, for whatever reason, right? Even if he is eating 3.5, that's what he burns in calories, right? It really is that simple. Or you're overestimating what he's eating. A lot of people have this assumption. If we eat junk food, right? If we eat junk food, what we class as junk food, fast food, unhealthy food, fried foods, cakes, we just have this assumption it's automatically calorific. That woman saying, and this is what I'm going to put in the content, I'm saying, do you day in, day out, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, have you tracked his calories for months on end? Right? Because that's the only way we can see the data, right? He might have days where he eats 4,000 calories. He probably has days where he eats 2,000, right? And those 2,000 calories might be absolute garbage. I've got friends that eat absolute junk food, that do not care about what they eat, right? I used a guy that I used. He's a mate of mine, and I started PTing him, and he was one of those people where, and he's never looked any different. I've known him 20 odd years, right? I've known him through his 30s, his 40s, into his 50s, and he's never looked any different. Hair might have got a little bit thinner, right? And he's like, but I reckon he probably wears the same size jeans now as he did 25 years ago. And he goes to the pub a lot. He's always posting himself on Instagram having a couple of beers here and there. He posts a lot of the time having McDonald's breakfast most mornings. And I was one of those people like, how on earth, right, does this person not gain any weight with their diet? Now, don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean they're healthy. And then I started personal training this client. And when I started personal training him, I asked them to invest in a fitness tracker. So they ended up buying an Apple Watch, right? And I linked my Apple Watch to theirs so I could see their step count. And then just from getting talking to him, I was like, so you have a McDonald's breakfast every morning? Yeah, but that's it. I was like, what do you mean? And he was, because we have this like, oh, he has a McDonald's breakfast every dinner. Then he must have a chippy tea every afternoon. Then he has, such and such every tea. And he doesn't, right? So he gets a double sausage egg McMuffin and a hash brown, right? Literally, double sausage egg McMuffin, hash brown, and a coffee, probably 4 mornings, maybe 5 mornings a week, right? That's it. And that contains 700 calories. Right? That contains 700 calories. That is all he eats until he gets home at night time. Right? But we have this assumption because we struggle to control our calories. If he has that for his breakfast, what's he having for his dinner? What's he having for... He doesn't. He literally has that. That's it. He gets on his way to work, 8 in the morning, double sausage egg McMuffin. The next thing he eats is at 5, 6 o'clock at night time when he gets home. Right? Then he has a great big tea. Right? And because I remember he started getting gusto. And when he got, he was like, well, that's not going to feel like the portions are tiny. And I was like, I get it. Like, if you're only eating 700 calories all day, you're going to want 1,000, 1,500 calories for your tea. And that's generally what he has. And then at night time, he'll go and have a couple of beers. Right? Again, I'm not saying this is healthy, right? But from what I sort of worked out, he was consuming 2,500 calories a day. Not healthy, not that healthy, 2,500 calories a day. And because we linked our Apple Watches together, right, he used to do 20,000 steps a day with his job, right? He used to do 20,000 steps every day with his job, just pottering around doing what he did, right? And I was like, well, there you go. That just explains it. He does a great amount of movement. Even if he only does 20,000 steps 5 days a week when he's at work and he sits on his bum all weekend, he's still doing 100,000 steps a week, right? And he eats within a calorie maintenance. That's simple. That's it, right? So there's always an answer, right? I know you're male. This might be really silly. Lost 3 stone. My periods come back a lot. Do you know why? Yes. I never understand, and I know you've not said this, Michelle, weight loss in a negative way. And you're like, I know you're male. I do. I work predominantly with female clients. All right. I've got, in terms of my community, I've got 400 clients. Right. Online one-to-one clients got about 150, and then the rest are just people that subscribe to my community. By the way, you can subscribe to my community if you're on TikTok. Go into my TikTok profile, click on my link tree. You can subscribe to the community. It's £5 for your first month using code WELCOME. Come and get involved. I'll give you a full calorie breakdown. You'll get loads of help, loads of tips, loads of advice in there. We do weight loss coaching lives, we do Zoom sessions, all that. £5 for your first month. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, again, there's links on my YouTube channel. There's links on my Facebook page. To get to my link tree, click on community, use code WELCOME at checkout, chuck £5 in, come in for a month, see what it's all about. I guarantee you will find it help for not a lot of money on your weight loss journey. But, and I work a lot with female clients, right? I do. I would say 75% of my client base is female, 25% is male. And I obviously have females that are going through the menopause, and females that go through the menopause seem to find it hard to lose weight. I have a lot of females with polycystic ovaries, right, that find it hard to lose weight. I pretty much, I think, from my one-to-one clients, I kind of pretty much know the menstrual cycle of pretty much all my one-to-one clients, because they tell me, and they need to tell me when they're checking in, and because that answers questions about bloating or a little bit of a bump on the scales and something like that. When I do content on this on social media, I get at least 1 or 2 comments where I go, oh, well, thank you, Mr. Male, for telling us how our female bodies work. And I'm like, how ignorant and sexist is that? Right? And it is sexist, isn't it? Imagine if I commented on a lady coming on and saying, this is how a male's genitalia works in the body. This is how a male's hormones work in the body. And going, oh, well, thanks. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I don't understand it. It's ignorant and it is sexist. I don't care what anyone says. And it's to think that only the same sex, right, because it's not about understanding in terms of, I can't empathize with a female in terms of, I don't know what a period pain feels like, right? I don't know what a hot flush feels like, right? I can't have empathy with that because I've never personally felt it. Just like any females out there can't understand what it feels like to get kicked in the balls, because it absolutely flipping knackers. I remember clipping one. Right, not to go into too much detail. I was with Rachel, and I can't remember. We might have been training together in the gym, and I just clipped one with a weight, and I literally was in pain, and it literally makes you want to shudder. It makes you feel bloated. It makes you feel like you want to go to the toilet, right? And it also really, really hurts. And she was like, "You feel all that just from clip?" I was like, "Yeah, that's what it feels like." So again, she got empathise with that. She always says, we always have that argument, what's worse, period pains or a kick in the bollocks? But we can't really, unless you've got both, you don't know what, you can't answer that question. But yeah, I just don't understand why, people think other animals, other creatures, other sexes, it's like, do you go to the vets with your Labrador, right? I'm going to take the Labrador to the vets. And the vet goes, right, this is what, whoa. you can't tell me what's going on with my Labrador. Why? Because you're not a Labrador. Could you get a vet in here that's a Labrador, please? To die? It's like the vet would look at you and go, "What? Well, you're a human. How on earth can you understand what's going on with my Labrador? Because only a Labrador can understand what's going on with a Labrador." This vet's going to look at you like you got absolutely tapped, right? And the vet's going to stand and go, "Yeah, I'm not a Labrador, but there's something called education and there's something called experience, right? I've been to veterinary school for 7 or 8 years and I've worked as a vet for 10 years and I've dealt with lots and lots of Labradors, and that has given me the knowledge to understand what is going on with you." You're not a Labrador, mate. I'm going to go find a Labrador vet. What, an actual dog that's a, yeah. I think you're going to struggle with that. I'm not sure Labradors can become vets. Well, if that's the case, no one can help me with my dog. That's basically what they're saying. Right? Imagine me going to my GP. Going into my GP. Yeah. Right? I found a lump where I don't want there to be a lump. Could you have, you're female. You can't have a look at this lump. You can't diagnose this. I don't need, well, it's going to be 3 weeks until you can see a male doctor, because when we have one male GP here, I'm like, this is pretty serious. Doesn't matter. You're female. You don't have balls, so you can't tell me what's wrong with my balls. It's just absolutely bonkers, right? So, yeah, I've never had a period, but I have worked with hundreds and hundreds of females, right? So, again, education and experience. Education, you can kind of teach and you pay for. Experience, you can't, right? Experience, you can't, and that's what I follow. So, let me get back. And what I just wanted to reiterate that, because I've had it a couple of times while I've been away. I've seen this comment, and obviously some old content's flagged up where I'm talking about, I think it was polycystic ovaries I was talking about. And yeah, and I got a comment. I'm not going to reply to that person. I'm going to reply to it because I just think it's just ignorance. It really, really is. And like I say, anyway, I know you're male. This may be a really silly question. I've lost 3 stone. My periods have come back a lot. Do you know why? Yes. You're balancing your hormones, right? So, obesity in males or females massively imbalance our hormones, right? And in terms of our sex hormone, so male sex hormone is testosterone, female sex hormone is estrogen, right? And males predominantly have lots of testosterone and a little bit of estrogen, and females have a lot of estrogen and a little bit of testosterone. And obesity, high levels of visceral fat within the body is what causes it. Causes hormone imbalances, lots of different hormone imbalances, like you become insulin resistant. That's a hormone imbalance. What we tend to find with males is, obesity can suppress, and what it does is it suppresses sex hormones. So in terms, what you'll tend to find is males that grow up obese, or males that are obese, I've talked about this before, you'll find that they tend to have slightly higher pitched voices. Why? Because their testosterone isn't as high as it should be because of their obesity. I spent all my life, from being 8, 9 years old, morbidly obese. So I went through puberty being morbidly obese. I went through puberty pretty late because of my obesity, because it was a hormone imbalance. I was probably knocking on I was 14, 15. I was like year 9 going into year 10. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there aren't males, and males tend to go through puberty a lot later than females do, but I was late, right? And I never, and I've had certain things happen to my body, so I kind of have I've never had, males tend to have more thicker hair under their armpits than females do. Males and females both get hairy armpits, right? It's just part of puberty, but males tend to have thicker body hair than females, right? I have literally no hair under my armpits, right? Or thin strands of hair, right? I know that sounds disgusting, but that was down to hormone imbalance, right? I could never grow a beard, right? Until I lost weight, right? About a year into my weight loss journey. Now, don't get me wrong, I had facial hair from going through puberty, but it was, and I'm not saying I've got the best beard in the world now, but it was wispy. It had patches in it. It never joined up. This never joined up. There was just holes in it everywhere. And basically, a cat could lick it off, right? I could never grow a proper mustache or anything like that. And you'll see that with a lot of obese males, right? Especially if they've been obese a long time. They'll have like this, they won't have. I'm not saying you don't get overweight males that have a great beard. That I'm not saying I'm not tarring everyone, but it's a very common trend. As soon as I lost weight, right, my hormones balanced, which basically my testosterone levels increased and my estrogen levels decreased, right? And that's what stopped me growing hair, because it causes, if testosterone levels are lower in males, it generally means their estrogen levels are higher, right? And that's the same with females. What you can find is with obesity is it just causes an imbalance in hormones. Now, losing your period is not always down to an imbalance of estrogen to testosterone, but this is very common. Female bodybuilders that start injecting themselves with testosterone, because the more testosterone in your body, the more muscle you can build, their periods will stop, right? And that's generally what happens. This is quite common with polycystic ovaries. You can tell females that have high levels of PCOS because their testosterone levels are high, right? Now, you can use that as a super tool. Go to the gym, start lifting weights. You'll get very, very strong. You'll be a lot stronger than most females. You'll build a good amount of muscle. That'll boost your metabolism, and that will make weight loss easier. But if you've got polycystic ovaries and you don't know how severe they are, a telltale sign is thick hair. So a lot of females with high levels of polycystic ovaries, they'll have sideburns, they'll have hair here. They're very similar to me as a male obese, right? I had facial hair, but a cat had licked it off, right? And that's because more estrogen, less testosterone. Females get facial hair, thicker arm hair, thicker pubic hair, more testosterone, less estrogen, right? And that causes lots of imbalances, right? As you lose weight, your hormones start to balance out, right? Because there's less visceral fat affecting your organs that cause all your hormones to regulate, and your periods will come back. Now, obesity doesn't just cause hormone imbalance. Being very lean can also be very, very common. So if you have females that low levels of body fat, for whatever reason, this could be down to EDs, this could be down to just training, this could just be down to they don't have a big appetite, this could just be down to their natural, again, they might not have periods either, right? So it's either end of the spectrum. I've had so many clients that have worked with me that had such irregular, they'd have a period twice a year or 2-3 times a year, and just through losing weight, the same way as you reverse your type 2 diabetes, just through losing weight, your menstrual cycle starts to come back on a regular basis. Right, let me scan down. Hope you enjoyed your Jollies, mate. It was very good, Macca78. Thank you very much. Off to find myself a golden doodle vet today. Can't believe how much I've been invalidated. Exactly. I'm sure they're out there, Paula. I'm sure they're out there. But yeah, if you have any issues, right, with your body and you're overweight, it is down to, I'm not saying this is 100%, but the majority of issues is down to your obesity affecting hormone. And this is where we go, well, you need to balance your hormones to lose weight. No, you don't. Losing weight will balance your hormones, right? It really is that simple. Well, what's his name? Eddie Abu always goes on about, you need to regulate your insulin levels to lose weight. No, just losing weight will help to regulate your insulin. Insulin has no bearing. Insulin being in the body has no bearing on fat loss. The only thing that causes fat loss is consuming less calories than you burn, right? You do not need to control your insulin levels. I've actually, my latest podcast, it's on YouTube. I'll upload it to all of the formats today. I actually talk about logic and weight loss. So, things like if you're sat there now going, I can't lose weight because I've got insulin in my body. If you've been listening to these Burks that talk about that, I actually discussed this in my latest podcast and just looking at things logically. So we've recently had a massive boom in the UK of a GLP-1 medication called Mounjaro. Now, GLP-1s have been around in the mainstream, about 4 years now, right? And the first one that became popular in the UK was Saxenda. And then Ozempic become quite popular. And now it's Mounjaro. Mounjaro seems to be the main one. And Mounjaro's boomed more than the others because the side effects seem to be a little bit less and it's a lot easier to administer. You just need to take it once a week, whereas things like Saxenda and Ozempic, you would take it daily. Though that might have changed now. They might have enhanced it or changed it where you can take it weekly. Like I say, weight loss injections are a GLP-1. GLP-1 is a hormone that basically gets your pancreas to produce either more or the right amount of insulin that is required to bring your blood glucose levels down, right? It's a diabetic medication. Whether you're diabetic or not, whether you have insulin resistance or not, your GLP-1 medication, your Mounjaro, your Ozempic, your Wegovy, your Saxenda, whichever one you're on, right, will increase the amount of insulin produced by your body. So why are people having more and more insulin in their body, yet it's called a weight loss injection? So we've got a weight loss injection that causes the scales to go down while massively increasing the production of insulin in the body. Yet Mr. Eddie Abu says you can't lose weight if you've got insulin in your body. Make it make sense. You can't, right? And it's dead simple. Fat loss is caused by consuming less calories than you burn. And your GLP, a side effect of your GLP-1 medication is it massively slows down the digestion of food in your body. Slowing down the digestion of food in your body keeps you fuller for longer. That's it. And staying fuller for longer, means you're consuming less calories. Staying fuller for longer means your hunger hormone ghrelin isn't talking to this, so it reduces food noise, right? And the knock-on effect of that is most people, if they have the right level of GLP-1 in their system, they will eat less calories. You eat less calories, you lose body fat, even though you are anyone that's on a GLP-1 now, your body will be producing more insulin than it has ever produced in its life, right? Yet you're consistently losing weight. That's simple. Right, let me scan down. Jen, good morning. Let me scan down, see what's going on. What did you talk about on live this morning? Vets that are also Labradors. Yep, seriously. That's where my lives go. Yep, we're going to find a vet that is a Labrador. If anyone that's watched this live at any point, because they are saved to Facebook and YouTube, if you actually walk into a vet's in the next week, 2 weeks, 6 months, and there's literally a Labrador in a lab coat, in a coat, with a stet or whatever they wear, vets, like in the scrubs, I need a picture of it, and I will eat my hat, and I will tell everyone to take their Labrador to that vet. All right? There we go. I've just realised I've not got a hat on today. I'll tell you why I've not got a hat on today, because I've just been to the gym and I wore a bobbly hat to the gym because it was rather fresh this morning. Though it is getting warmer. I feel it's getting warmer, but it was a bit fresh this morning. And then I was sweating when I come out of the gym, so I didn't put the old bobbly hat back on. And then I've just rushed straight in here. We got home at 8:25. Straight in here to do this live anyway. I'm pushing myself with this challenge, Neil. Great to hear, James. And that is what the challenge is about. The second group of challenges are starting today. Yes, the Boss Your Weight Loss March 2025 challenge is in full swing. There's about 30 of you lovely people doing the challenge. The challenge is about pushing yourself, but it's not about doing things that aren't sustainable. What I ask you guys to do within the challenge is personal. Yes, it might mean that you're doing a little bit more effort, or you might be having to do a little bit more than what you would normally do on a day-to-day basis, but that's why it's called a challenge, yeah? So I don't ask you to do anything out of the ordinary. I'm not asking people to do, 25,000 steps a day. I'm not asking people to do 7 hours a week in the gym or anything like that. I'm not asking people to eat 1,000 calories a day. It is based around what you should be doing. That's it. And if you do what you should be doing, you'll get a very good score. You will get a very good score. And it is always, always, always about consistency. Most people go off like like a rapid rate of knots, but it's 12 weeks. And the people that do very well in the challenge are the ones that nail it for 12 weeks. And it's like any weight loss journey. Most people do amazing first 2, 4, 6 weeks, right? Motivation's high, they're on it. That's their main focus, right? But you've got to keep that focus. You've got to keep it in place. And the people that struggle to keep it in place are the ones that struggle for that consistency. And that's what the challenge is all about. It's about getting you to do what you should be doing, nothing out of the ordinary, but consistently, because it's 12 weeks, Don't get me wrong, most of us need to do it for way longer than 12 weeks. But I think if you can be consistent for 12 weeks, you're teaching yourself, if I can do this for March, April, May, why can't I do it for June, July, August? Why can't I then do it September, October? You can, right? You nail it for 12 weeks, right? You're telling yourself, 12 weeks is a long time. It's 3 months, right? And you're telling yourself you can do it for that time, yeah? Right, let me scan down, see if I missed anything. I don't think I have. I might have done. Just try these protein crumpets, see if they're any good. I don't think there's any major difference to a normal crumpet. If you've had a sourdough crumpet, I feel they're a bit on par with those in terms of taste, And this is the thing about, why are you promoting protein crumpets? Get your protein from chicken. That's all well and good if I want a crumpet, right? If I want a crumpet, then, having chicken and eggs ain't going to cut it, right? I want a crumpet, I'm going to have a crumpet. And if I'm going to have a crumpet, I might as well have a crumpet that's a bit more filling. Yeah. And that's it. Same with pancakes. Same with anything that's, too many people. I had a lad, and he wasn't being like trolley or anything like that. And his page, I had a quick look at his page, and he's a fitness instructor and very generic in terms of his content. But he was literally like, he sort of said, and he commented on like the Lidl protein cheese. Well, just eat real cheese. I was like, well, but read the post, right? I'm not saying to only eat this cheese, but what we tend to find with lower fat cheeses or higher protein cheeses, they're either inedible, right? So eat lean. I like eat lean cheese. It's great melted. It genuinely is. You put, it's very low calorie. It's got a good amount of protein in it, right? You sprinkle it in an omelette. Yeah, sprinkle it on top of your lasagna or on top of your pasta dish. Let it melt. It actually gives a decent cheesy taste for not a lot of calories, and it'll give you a little bump of protein, right? The issue with it is raw. It's absolutely rank, right? I do not want to make a cheese butty out of it. I do not want to sprinkle it on a salad, right? So it's got its place. Yeah, now Cathedral City do a protein cheese, they can do protein, and don't wrong, I totally understand. But the one from Lidl, its big thing is it actually tastes decent raw. Doesn't melt very well, right? So maybe if you want a lower calorie, higher protein cheese that melts, use Eat Lean. If you just fancy a cheese and pickle butty, which there's nothing wrong with just fancying a cheese and pickle butty. I absolutely love a cheese and pickle butty, right? That actually is I think it's a decent cheese for a cheese and pickle butty. It's literally 30, 40 calories per 30 grams. It's about 30, 40 calories less than full fat mature cheddar. So it's less calories, right? And it's nearly double the protein. Great. So I've got a cheese that's less calories that actually tastes pretty decent. That's going to fill me up a bit more. That's it. We don't need to get into it any deeper than that. And I just sort of said to him, and he'd said to me, he said, I just hate this word protein. It's just been used as people, it's like human nature, right? People hate success, right? Or popularity. I don't know what it is. You'll have a really good band. They're a fantastic band. They create some amazing tunes. Everyone loves them. As soon as they go mainstream and become popular, even though they're still churning out some great hits, everyone hates them. Coldplay, for instance. Coldplay, when they first came out, Yellow, Trouble, The Scientist, their first cup, before they went mainstream, everyone loved them. Everyone was buying them. Coldplay, man, they're so cool. They're just amazing. This, that, and the other. They've been around now 20 years. They're still churning out amazing hits, right? They've adapted themselves, and everyone's like, oh, Coldplay, he's such a knobhead, that Chris Martin or whatever. He's like that. Just because they've become popular. That's it. People just don't like him, even though they still do some absolute bangers, right? People don't like things that are popular. I'm a Manchester United fan. Now, not at the moment, trust me, not at the moment, but we were extremely successful through the 90s and 2000s, and people hate success. It's like a British thing. People just hate people that do well. I don't know. It's a really toxic trait, and it is a British trait. Now, don't get me wrong. You go to America, and it's why, we are such a negative country, and it's why people like Gordon Ramsay have done amazing and Simon Cowell done amazing in America, because Americans are totally opposite. They're just positive about everything. And in a way, that gets jarring because not everything's amazing, right? And they're so positive. And then you get someone that's like so negative going and tells it as it is. It's like, oh, it's shock factor, isn't it? But yeah, we just hate things that are popular. And obviously the word protein has become popular. And don't get me wrong, for a good few products, is it a marketing ploy? Is it the fact that people are seeing this? But it's the same as when you see low fat. It's the same as when you see no added sugar. It's just, it's the same as when you see the word skinny or diet on some Diet Coke, right? Now, don't get me wrong, Diet Coke's actually all right because it's no calories. But you see, I did a post in Tesco where they did these skinny cookies, right? And it's like, I think they were called skinny cookies or something like that. And I actually just compared them to Maryland cookies. They were the same calories. The main difference is the skinny cookies had less sugar than the Maryland cookies. So they had less sugar, slightly more fat, right? The Maryland cookies had less fat, slightly more sugar. So if you're someone that's wanting to watch your blood sugars and they actually tasted all right, right? If you're so but it didn't say healthier cookies, because if you put healthier cookies, people will be like, no, I'm not having that. People get zapped into the word skinny. So I get it. But as a fitness influencer, and I said this guy, I said, you need, if you want to, and I wasn't trying to be patronizing to him, but I said, you need to start taking things more on individual merit rather than just a word. Because if you're producing content for people to watch, just saying any single thing that has protein written on it, right? I get 0% fat Greek yogurt from Aldi. It says source of protein, good source of protein on the thing. You're basically putting people, anything, right? Don't buy anything with the word protein on the front of it. Why? As a fitness influencer, go through and go, do you know what? This has got protein on it and it's crap, right? It's got, a low amount of protein. If you compare it to a normal granola or something like that, or a normal porridge, it doesn't really have any more protein than that. It's not really worth the extra, right? Or go, do you know what? Yes, this has got the word protein on it. I know people hate the word protein, but in terms of this product, it's actually worth having that. It does have more protein. It does have less calories than a normal product. So we get wrapped up in the details too much, but we get wrapped up in this snowball of, this word automatically means it's bad. And it doesn't. It really, really doesn't. It's like people automatically, you think of car brands, right? People automatically go, oh, Ford or Vauxhall or something like that, right? It's just, it's not a great car brand. Porsche, amazing cars, Porsches. I guarantee out of the whole Porsche range, there are some cars that are absolute cack, right? There are some cars that are absolutely amazing, right? Same with any kind of more premium brand. Likewise, you might look at a car brand like a lower, a cheaper car brand like Dacia or something like that, or that come out, and you look at that and I guarantee some of those cars will be really, really good. Some of them will be rubbish, but people see the word Dacia or whatever and just go, oh, they're just rubbish, right? Years ago, Skoda. Right, Skoda got so much, like it was always Skoda and Lada, and it was always like, and then obviously the Volkswagen Group bought Skoda, and Skoda, Volkswagen, Skoda, Audi, Porsche, Lamborghini, they're all the same cars. They are Seat. They're all the same cars. You go and get your Porsche, it'll have Audi parts in it. You get your Skoda, it'll have Audi parts in it. You get your VW, it'll have Porsche parts in it. Or, parts that are used exactly the same because it's the same car chain, right? And Skoda for years, and even when Skoda's got bought by VW, it must have took them 5-10 years to lose that. Skoda is seen as, probably bottom end premium brand in a way because it's a VW. They're a great car. I remember my mate getting a Skoda Octavia VRS, and I was like, this is class. And even when he got that car, everyone was like, you're getting a Skoda? And I'm like, judge it on the car because the car was amazing. So that's we've just got to step away a little bit from, we've just got to step away a little bit from, from this. Again, it's narrow-mindedness that just because something is this, right? It's rubbish, and it isn't. It isn't. Judge things on individual merit, Because I don't know why it started doing this. It started. Like moderating things. Talking of protein, are you still doing the boxes? I am still doing the protein boxes. Absolutely. I've just done a stock check yesterday because actually 3 people bought a box while I was away. I've got 3, maybe 4 March boxes left. So if anyone wants a protein box, TikTok profile, you can buy one. If you are a new customer, I've started doing this and I'm going to keep it running. So it's a bit like a Gusto, as it were. Like Gusto, you get 50% off your first month's box or something like that to try it out. I can't do 50% off. I can't afford to do that. But if you've never bought a protein box before or you've never subscribed, right? So I do a subscribe and save for the protein boxes. So you're guaranteed one every month. Use code NEWPROTEIN. So you've got to click subscribe and save, right? And when you subscribe and save, you get 10% off. But if you have never bought a box before, use the word NEWPROTEIN, right? And you'll get an extra 20% off. So you get 30% off in total. So you can get a box for £16.39. That's your first box. If you keep your subscription going, and there's no contract, you don't have to subscribe for a minimum number of times or anything like that. You just literally, it's minimum. If you get a box and you don't want another box next month, you can just cancel it or pause it or skip it whenever you want to. But use code NEWPROTEIN and you will get a protein box delivered to your door for £16.39. It's only for new customers. Once you've used that code once, it is gone. So yeah, TikTok profile, Facebook page, YouTube page. Click on the protein links. Go get yourself a box more. If you're brand new, click subscribe and save. Use code NEWPROTEIN, all in capitals, and you'll get a box for £16.39. And if I do say so myself, I think the March box was a belter. I always try and make sure they're a good box. I always try and make sure. So yeah, there's 3 or 4 left. And to be honest with you, whenever there's 3 or 4 left, I'm not bothered whether they sell because I eat them myself. So it's just kind of ticks me over till the next month. But if you want one, go and buy one, and I will stick it in the post today for you. I'll buy one now. Brilliant, Josh. Yeah, go grab one, mate. Carly, Chinese brands. Excellent. We're looking. So our car, we business lease our car, and it is up next February. And yeah, we're looking at the moment. And I think, and one brand we're looking at, Chinese, is BYD. We're looking at getting a BYD Seal U, I think it is. It's like the kind of, SUV version. So possibly looking at that. But then I have just seen the BYD Sea Lion 7, I think it is. But I don't know if that's a bit big for us. I don't know if we need anything that big. But we are looking. We are having a look at that because for what you get for your money, they look amazing. I don't really want a full electric car. I want a hybrid, and I think this Seal U, I think it is called, is a hybrid. So and I'm gonna have a look. Let me scan down and see what's going on. But yes, protein boxes are there. When is the next 1-to-1? So I did put this in the newsletter yesterday. If anyone hasn't seen it. in terms of one-to-one. So I wasn't going to take on any more one-to-one clients. Well, my next start date was the 31st of March, which is 2 weeks today. But looking at things, and I kind of did that because coming back from holiday last week, it's always fairly busy. There's always lots of stuff to catch up on. I want to record quite a bit of content this week. And I was like, I'm just not going to say that. Anyway, I am going to take on 2 new clients this week. That's it, right? So I've got no one signed up at the moment. I've got no one in the pipeline to start the one-to-one. But I am going to do 2 new clients to start a week today, So the next 2 people that sign up to my one-to-one plan, again, TikTok profile, click on my link tree, and sign up to the one-to-one plan. And I actually put this in the newsletter yesterday. Anyone, if you're one of those 2 people that sign up this week to start on Monday, I'll chuck you a free protein box in the post. All right, so it's $29.99 sign up to my one-to-one plan, but you'll get a 20 quid protein box for free. So it's basically a tenner, right? So yeah, anyone that signs, if you take one of those 2 spaces, so I'll start 2 of you guys on Monday, and then we're just back to normal after that. Anyone that signs it, so the next 2 people that sign up to my one-to-one plan, I'll get you started a week today. Anyone after that, I will get you started 2 weeks today, which will be the 31st of March. And then it's just business as usual. Normally, I'll start 5 clients, maximum of 5 clients a week. Not saying I get 5 clients that sign up every week, but I start a maximum of 5 clients. Once 5 clients sign up for the Monday, and then move it to the next Monday and the next Monday. But if you want to get going on your journey, TikTok profile, Facebook page, YouTube page, scan down, find my link tree, click on the link in my link tree, the one-to-one plan, sign up, get signed up, and I will start you a week today. So the next 2 people that sign up, you'll get a free protein box. I'll stick it in the post for you as soon as you sign up, and we'll get you on a week today. After that, you'll start 2 weeks today. So I'm only going to do 2 clients. I'm going to record a lot of content this week. I'm off to, I'm going to record after this, a new weekly weight loss vlog. So they're back, and then I'm going to shoot off to Aldi this afternoon, and I'm going to do like a restart weight loss shop. Our fridge is pretty bare at the moment. We went to Morrison's on Saturday, and we bought quite a bit of fruit, but other than that, our fridge is empty. So I'm going to go and do a bit of an essentials shop, get some bits and pieces for tea, top the fridge up, top some of the cupboards up, get a few bits and pieces to get back at it. So I'm going to record that today. Aldi, that will be out. I'll probably get that out tomorrow. I'm going to do a new worth of calories this week, but that'll probably be Wednesday, maybe Thursday, because I've got no content recorded. So I'm going to start having some products there. I've got 2 new protein ready meals from Aldi that are going to be tried. I've also got that naked burrito from Lidl that I've not tried yet. So I'll be having a bit of a ready meal lunch today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So we'll get them in. I'll go and see if there's any new bits and pieces to review as well. So there'll be a new worth of calories video out. There'll be a new recipe out as well. So lots and lots and lots and lots of recording going on this week. In fact, I need to get the old camera out and make sure I get it on charge, ready for all this recording. So I am doing lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of content this week. Let me plug that in. Is it charged up? Wow. 60%. I'm glad I plugged it in because I need that in about 20. It charges really quickly, actually, this camera. So it's at 60%. So we'll get the vlogging camera charged up, and we're going to get lots of content out there. I will join for Monday, please, Leanne. Oh, hang on. I need to approve you. I will join for Monday, please, Leanne. Not a problem at all. TikTok profile, as you're on TikTok. Click on my link tree. Let me just have a scan down in my link tree. Get signed up today. I'll get you started a week today, and you'll get a free protein box in the post. So tab 1, 2, 3. Tab 4. I'll move it up. So in my link tree, tab 2 is now tab 2 is the sign up. So click on that. Get signed up to the one-to-one. And we will get you started in a week. Not a problem at all. Right. Let me just get down. Morning, Neil. Hope you had a nice weekend, man. It was really good, actually. It was nice. We've just sort of kind of got back into work a little bit. We have had a bit of a chill. as well, and just enjoyed. Like yesterday, I just watched footy all day. To be honest with you, I didn't really did a bit of walking and stuff like that. Took the dogs out a couple of times. Went to the beach yesterday morning, which was really nice. But yeah, we just sort of I watched the Carabao Cup final and then watched United last night, and just ready for getting back into it now. Right, I'm going to go very, very shortly. I'm going to go get me yogurt bowl. I've not got. I need some frozen fruit. I've not got any like fruit from yogurt bowls. I've got a little bit of raspberries. Got a few raspberries, so that'll be in the shopping list today. I'm really into my frozen fruit at the moment. I just find it saving a lot of money. And I've been doing like I call them my natural Manjaro bowls. And why I call them that is because they're just so filling. They're absolutely so filling. And in fact, I'm going to film it. They're very, very similar to the Boss staple, the Boss's staple, which is like yogurt protein powder. But they are a lot more volume than that for less calories, right? A lot more volume for probably about the same calories. So yeah, there's a couple of things that we sacrifice in the Boss Your Protein Bowl to increase the volume. So a lot of protein and a lot of volume. And honestly, I'm just for the last 3-4 weeks, whenever I've been hungry at all, I've just whacked one of these yogurt bowls down me, 300 to 350 calories, and I'm just full. It just takes away any food noise, any need for eating. They taste good, right? I've really, really enjoyed them. So I'm going to film that and get them. I'm going to get that whacked in. I might change to frozen fruit. I'm spending a fortune on berries. Yeah, and that's kind of the thing. I sort of worked out. I was doing probably at least 2 punnets of strawberries, 2 punnets of blueberries, 2 punnets of raspberries a week. And I tend to grab the specially selected ones in Aldi. And I've been spending like over £100 a month on berries. Right? That's a lot of money. Now, don't get me wrong, I still spend less on food now, even 10 years down the line, than I did when I was 37 stone and eating takeaways all the time. But it's still, I'll buy today 2 bags of frozen strawberries, 2 bags of frozen blueberries, 2 bags of frozen raspberries, right? And that will cost about a tenner, right? And that will last me all week. That will cover me all week. When I do my natural Manjaro bowls, I'm calling, I put about 240 grams of fruit. So 2 bags of each is 700 grams times 3. So it's over 2 kilos of fruit. Over 2 kilos of fruit. Leanne, I think, has just signed up to. Someone's just signed up to the one-to-one anyway. But yeah, over 2 kilos of fruit, and I put about 250 grams. So it'll do me for 8 bowls. 8 bowls. So I'm literally reducing my spend on berries, and it's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. The nutrition's the same. The vitamins, minerals, the antioxidants, all that is exactly the same. So I've literally cut my spend on berries for. I'm not saying I don't still buy the odd punnet of fresh fruit. I do. I've literally cut my spend on berries from £100 to £40 a month. And berries are the absolute king ding. They really, really are. Do you get them at Aldi? Yeah, I've started buying them in Aldi. The £1.89 a bag, so £3.80 is that for 2 bags? Times that by 3, so you're 11 quid, are you? 11 quid, something like that. Fresh fruit goes off so quickly as well. Absolutely no food waste. There's 0 food waste with the mixed frozen berries. They do like a seasoned, like full mixed bag that has blackberries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. I just tend to get the blue. I'm not a massive fan of blackberries. They're not my absolute favourite. Maybe I'll try one of them. Yeah. Anyway, there we go. Right, that's it. I use frozen fruit now. It is cheaper. It really is cheaper. And like I say, you're getting everything you need out of it. You're getting everything you need. Don't get me wrong. I do love when you get fresh blueberries, strawberries, especially on top of a yogurt bowl, that sort of crunch. Or when we're doing protein pancakes. So if I do my protein pancakes, put my yogurt on top, I like my fresh berries then. It kind of, but... yeah, sometimes it's about saving a couple of quid, isn't it? It's about doing things as cost effective as possible. And berries are just the king. You should be eating berries every day. They are so, not just because, you know, they're full of antioxidants, they're full of fiber. They're just really, really tasty. They just go really well with yogurt and stuff like that. They've just got so many advantages. Eat whatever fruit you want. Fruit's good for you, right? And you'll see some people go, oh, don't eat this fruit. Just eat fruit. No one eats enough fruit, right? So eat what fruit you enjoy eating. But mixed berries, they're the daddy, especially on a weight loss journey. They really, really are. 11 days not smoking today. Feeling good, Kirsty. That is absolutely amazing. It's a very hard habit to kick. I kicked it in 2013. And in a way, it's probably as good, if not better, than doing my weight loss. I think really the fact that I was able to conquer that addiction on this journey. So yeah, congratulations, absolutely amazing, and just keep at it. Honestly, keep at it. Right, guys, I've got to go. I could sit here for ages because I've not done a live for ages. It's great coming on and having a night. Harry, sorry mate, I've missed your comments on Facebook. He's put, same with the Vauxhall Nova, you can't judge a book by its cover. Fox, I've never ever, I always wanted a Vauxhall Nova. SRI. I couldn't afford a GTE. I always wanted a Vauxhall Astra GTE as well. Absolutely classic cars. And they're worth a fortune now if you've got one. Anyway, right, I'm out of here. I've got to go. Guys, I'll be back tonight at 8 p.m. Hope you subscribe to the newsletter. Have a look at the newsletter. The live times are a little bit different this week. Nothing major at all, but they are a little bit different this week. And so just check them out. Mainly, I'm only doing one evening social media live now going forward, which is Monday nights at 8 p.m. Thursday night, I'm doing a tea time live rather than an evening live, and there's no scheduled live on a Saturday. I'm not saying I won't do lives on a Saturday morning. It just all depends on Rachel. If she wants to come to the gym with me, I won't do a live. If she doesn't, I will probably do a live, but it's just not going to be scheduled in. But other than that, there's no real change. While we adapt to mine and Rachel's new routine, the lives might change a little bit over the next couple of weeks. We'll just see how it goes. But anyway, the lives this week are as they are, and then but as long as you subscribe to the newsletter, I will always send the timetable out for the following week, just in case there are any little changes. You guys on Planning the Community, 2 weight loss coaching lives this week, 5 p.m. tomorrow and 11 on Thursday. And we've also got the Zoom session, which I put in at 8 p.m. Wednesday night this week. So those lives are standard. It's just really the social media lives that have changed around a little bit. Right, it's good to be back. Back into the swing of things. It's Monday. It's a new weight loss week. Get at it. That's what you're going to do. Like I say, lay those foundations. A good Monday, Tuesday, honestly, most of the time, the rest of the week will just fall into place. And I will be back at 8 p.m. tonight. So TikTok, I'll sign off with you first. So if you are free, I will see you lovely people at 8 p.m. tonight. And then you guys over here on Facebook or YouTube, yes, I will be back at 8 p.m. tonight for a little cheeky hour live, 8 till 9. So hopefully I'll see you then.